Hi guys, I'm Jalit, and today I'll be talking to you guys about the development of the sweat, sebaceous, and mammary glands. Okay, so first off, you've got the sebaceous glands, which pretty much just produce oily secretions from your skin. The glands actually begin to grow from the stratum basale layer of your epidermis and into the underlying dermis. The basale, once again, is just the lowest, deepest layer of your epidermis. And it's important to note that it's not actually the gland that begins to grow. At 12 weeks, you see that it's the hair bud that starts forming there. And then at 15 weeks, you see that hair follicle begin to grow some more. And then at birth, it's a fully fledged hair follicle, and it's from that hair follicle, you see the outgrowth of the epidermal layer in the form of that sebaceous gland right there. But it's still hanging down there in the dermis, and that's important to know. And the sebum is produced during the fetal period. Sebum, once again, is the oily secretion itself. I just think of this as SOS. I'm not really sure how oily secretions can be thought of as an emergency. I guess maybe if you've dealt with acne, you can probably relate. But yeah, so that's just a quick little acronym to remember that. Next, you have the sweat glands. Just like the sebaceous glands, the sudoriferous glands also form or begin to grow in the stratum basale and then just bud off or invaginate into the underlying dermis. Yeah, but I guess here it is important to know that it's not budding off of a hair follicle per se, but rather it's the gland itself that's growing. And then here it's still growing at 15 weeks, and at birth it's fully formed, but the secretory ducts actually have coiled up around themselves. And I guess that's an easy way to identify the anatomical structure if you were looking at the model of the integument or something. Yeah, and then I just think of sweat, hot temperatures, the sun, and then I think of how people who are more easily sunburned would need to wear sunscreen, so SPF. And that's just a really easy way to remember that sweat glands form in the palms and soles of your feet at around 20 weeks of development. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, we've got the mammary glands. No really easy way to remember this, but I think it's pretty straightforward. At 6 weeks, you've got the formation of the primary mammary bud. I think here, though, again, it grows from the epidermis into the underlying dermis, but I think it looks like it takes up more than just the basale. Yeah, and then at 16 weeks, you see the secondary mammary buds kind of branch off, and then at 28 weeks, you see from those branches the lactiferous ducts and glands at the base have also formed. It's also important to remember or to notice that the mammary pit is kind of fully formed there as well. And maybe an easy way to remember that could be PSP if you want to think primary, secondary, and then pit. But yeah, that's about it. That's just our textbook cited. Thank you for watching, you guys. Bye.